Excited to have the pads on. You know, it was us coaches. We were like kids on Christmas Eve last night. It was a little hard to sleep because we were so excited to get out here and see these guys run around and play real football. I think our guys responded. A lot of energy. You know, the offense made plays, defense made plays. So it was very pleased with the tempo and intensity of the practice. And, you know, obviously we go to class today and they'll have a week off. They've got workouts, run plans for spring break, and then, you know, we're right back at it, 6 a.m. meetings on that Monday after spring break. So we'll get right back at it. But definitely excited about what I saw out there. Questions?
First day of pads, Coach. Did you have any goals today, just for like what to see from your team?
Just physicality. You know, we've been, you know, the older guys know what the expectations are of a padded practice around here, and so I wanted to make sure that you know, throughout the course of the week or even the off season, that they were doing a good job educating these newcomers about, you know, inside drill and you know, perimeter drill for the wideouts and DBs, and for the most part, I thought, you know, these young guys kind of understood. I mean, a couple deer in the headlights, but they didn't ask questions. They didn't, you know, there wasn't really anybody turning down contact. That's for sure.
Anthony Cook wasn't at practice, or at least not the portion.
Yeah, twins his hamstring on Wednesday. First degree deal. We're expecting him. He's going to stay here over spring break to rehab it, and so we expect to have him Monday. Not to say that's a guarantee. I can't, but pretty correct. Yeah, pretty minor.
Was Keandre cleared, Coach?
Keandre was cleared today to do individual drills, non-contact stuff, and so we're going to check his blood levels again after today and see where they're at, and then kind of ease him. Hopefully the blood levels come back normal, and then we can start easing him back into practice.
Do you have a better handle on exactly what it is that he's dealing with now?
I just know it's kidney issues. I don't know if there's a name for it or if they have given it one.
Give a status update on Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabe, you know, had some stinger issues in high school that we found out about, got an MRI, and so now we're going to do some follow-up tests on that to see, you know, where we go from here, what the treatment plan is, what the return to play plan is, all that stuff, but pretty preliminary right now.
Last 2 years, you guys have had the Big 12 Defensive Lineman of the Year. Obviously, a lot of those guys are gone. What excites you, and what kind of concerns you about your defensive line group going forward?
Well, what excites me is we're talented. You know, I think we've got guys that, you know, if they take to coaching really well, I think guys that can perform at a very high level. The concern is always experience, you know, and just the amount of reps. But, you know, Malcolm's played a lot of football in his life. TQ's played a lot of football here. Gerald's played a lot of football here. You know, behind him, you know, with Morrow and Daniel Carson and some of those guys, obviously this is going to be, you know, a very important spring for them.
Tom, is your hope that Okafor and Amade win those jobs? I mean, based on what they look like, their physical development, and
I don't really hope anybody wins jobs. I hope the best guy wins a job, you know, and if that's Junior Anguilao, if that's you know, Christian Jones, if that's Reese Moore, or whoever it is, if they're one of the best five, we're going to find a spot for them. So, but Denzel and Tope have had really good off seasons and have had a really good 3 days. So. I just hope the best guy wins the job.
The redshirt year for Okafor, what do you think you got out of it? I mean, obviously you're going to find out now, but mentally and what he's shown you in workouts?
Oh, just maturity. You know, this was a guy that unfortunately, I mean, thank God for the new rule, you know, because he kind of wasted a year, if you will. I think he played 27 snaps as a true freshman, and so we were fortunate that that rule came into place, and so now he's just got he's another year of development, another year of maturing, another year of self-evaluating, what he needs to work on. So yeah, it was a blessing for that because he needed it, and now we know that we've got him for 2 more years at a much more developed stage in his career.
Well, Colin and Devin in their status, is it nice to, although wide receiver numbers may be a little limited right now, get a grasp on how that whole room's doing?
Yeah, you never want to say we know what a guy can do. There's a reason we practice. Even our starters compete every day, but those guys have shown us a lot in the last 2 years. So it is nice to not have to worry about finding reps, for these young guys. I mean, there's more reps than they want at times. So, but it's been good to see those young guys get out there with the ones and, develop a rapport with the quarterback in the pass game and just get that experience that would be tough to come by if you add those other 2 guys in the mix.
Going back to the defensive line, what does a guy like Jacoby Jones shown being a JUCO transfer, and do you think he has?
Yeah, I thought he adjusted well today. I think our style of practice was certainly a bit of a culture shock for him, but he fought through it and showed us that he believes in it, wants to be a part of it. It's just now training himself to do it every snap.
Anthony Cook, okay?
Slight minor hamstring, first degree, expecting him back to Monday after spring practice.
Is Morrow a guy you can play at nose a little bit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's been getting reps at nose.
Sure, you didn't have much of a choice because spring break's kind of late this year, but would you have preferred to start everything after spring break, or what's kind of the schedule like?
I don't know that we prefer anything. I think we've done it a lot of different ways. This is the first year we've gone in the mornings. Kids like it, coaches like it, so you just adjust. We've done it this way before, where you go a week before and then 3 weeks after. So it is what it is.
Do you give the guys a message at all before they head out, or?
Oh my gosh, yes. We had APD, UTPD, state trooper speak to the team at our Forever Texas Series talk yesterday. And then obviously out there was, take care of each other. Most of these guys are going to be hanging around with each other. And, anything that you get involved with that you shouldn't, is an act of selfishness, to put your immediate, whatever it is, gratification ahead of the betterment of the team. That's the definition of selfish. So we told them that. We told, don't text and drive, obviously don't speed, wear your seatbelt. But this is a really nerve-wracking time for coaches, I know, because you read all, some of these horror stories, every year, and you just pray that it's not one of your guys.
With McCulloch, how far has he come at Rover since the Maryland game last year? And does he have the ideal speed at that position you guys are looking for?
Yeah, I don't know. Can't remember how he did in the Maryland game, but yeah, he looks pretty natural there. I know it's a little bit different, than being the B backer on the line of scrimmage quite a bit. But the good thing is, Coach Orlando for 3 years has been cross training all those guys. They know all the positions. I believe our first year here, Malik started at Rover and then switched to Mac, and that was an easy transition for him. And so, yeah, he can run plenty good enough. The good thing is we blitz our Rover quite a bit, and he's a pretty good pass rusher too.
How do quarterbacks in the room look at Coach?
Good. They all look like they belong. The 2 young guys are getting in there, and obviously Roshan's head's spinning a little bit. Just trying to figure out left from right, but. From a physical standpoint, they're all doing well, throwing the ball well, making the right reads. It's good to see.
I just speak up. How do cornerbacks in the room?
I'm sorry, cornerbacks.
That's my bad.
Good. I think you know, Kobe Boyce has showed us that he can really play the ball well. He's got a knack for getting his head around on deep balls, and you know, he breaking on balls. Deshaun Jameson made a great play today, driving on a ball. I think got an interception. You know, Jalen Green is continuing to progress. Anthony was doing well for the first 2 days. So, yeah, excited about, you know, the progress that those guys are making.
I got 2 questions, Coach.
We'll count it as one.
Oh, yeah, awesome. Thank you. They asked Sam if this was his team, and he said, no, this is our team. How nice is it that he sets the tone and message that this is a player-led team, this isn't about me, this is about us?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want from a leader, right? Is a guy that defers the praise to his teammates, and one that shoulders maybe some unnecessary blame when things don't go well. And you know, that was something we didn't have to teach him, I can tell you that. His mom and dad and you know, whatever it is, you know, taught him that. I mean, he came here with that already ingrained in him, and I think he understands that he's got the ultimate respect of the guys on this team, and he doesn't need to say it, brag about it, whatever. You know, he knows that he can't do it himself, and you know that this is you know, maybe the most interdependent sport of any sport ever created, and you know, he embraces that.
And Johnny Lamb Jones passed away this morning, Coach. I'm sure you're aware of his accomplishments and legacy. Just your thoughts and comments on what he's meant to this program, this university, and what he's done for everybody.
Yeah, you know, he's a fighter. I know that, and competitive guy. I never had an opportunity to meet him, but I wrote him a note early in the week just to tell him that, you know, I think I put, you know, the thoughts and prayers of your Texas football program are with you, because, you know, just like all the other greats that have come through here, this is his program, and you know, he'll be sorely missed, but certainly not forgotten.